Okay, Oval fans, hope everybody is doing well. We are already halfway through the next to last week of February. My goodness. But this will be my review for the Oval Season 3, Episode 16, entitled Get a Grip. And honestly, that's what I feel I need to do when it comes to the series, because I have to keep reminding myself that this show is not Sisters. It's a completely different genre. But at the same time, I feel like I say this every single week. But last night's episode, just more of the same. I mean, there were only maybe 2 moments where I felt like, okay, I really want to see what happens next. For example, after Max and Bobby leave the hotel room, I really want to know who is the person that Lily called on the phone. And aside from that, I am like, okay, what are they going to do in the next episode of Alonzo and Hunter? But then again, it's like, well, he's not going to shoot the president, so I don't know. We'll see. I could be wrong, though. I've only seen the end credit promo, not the actual trailer for next week, so I could be wrong. But even though I did chuckle a couple moments, from the freaking racist Victoria moment when it came to her quote-unquote non-speaking employee, and of course Simone, before she left, saying, I know you've been to hell and back with this bitch, and Richard was like, yes ma'am, and then Victoria looked at him, and then the screen switched to another scene. Even though it had its moments, I would give this episode a 4 out of 10. A lot of the talking points were just more of the same. I mean, there's really nothing else for me to say to describe the episode, but I didn't loathe it, trust me. I think a 4 out of 10 might seem bad to some people, but at least it's not like a 1 or a negative. It's just one of those episodes where you could skip it if you want to. I feel like, maybe there are 1 or 2 scenes to like highlight, but other than that, if you skipped it, not much would happen. But let's just jump into the review. So we pick up at the pharmacy, and really to sum up the scene, because there's a lot of back and forth, Hunter is trying to get to the bottom of who else aside from Kareem did Sharon tell about the whole private conversation they had. And Sharon is a terrible liar because she's not able to look Hunter in the eyes when she says no one. Dale is just spooked as I don't know what. I mean, can you blame the guy? I mean, look, if I were him, I would have been like, hey, you know what? She told me, but we won't tell anyone else as long as you tell your chief of staff to stop coming after me. And I know that's probably like, him signing his death warrant, but at the same time, it's like, well, if we're striking deals here and my life is on the line, I ain't saying a damn thing. But when it comes down to the situation at hand, the deal is, hey, you don't tell anybody else about our private conversation and I'll let Kareem walk. Simple as that, because he's going down the list. Did you tell the butler? Did you tell Sam? No, I didn't. And then Grip is like, sir, it doesn't matter if she did. Okay, fine. So that's pretty much that scene, and Hunter just decides to bounce. I mean, I think before they left, he even says, hey, this guy right here, he allows me to leave the White House like a normal person, and he's getting a promotion. So after that, Grip and Hunter leave. Sharon is freaking out, and she's like, hey. And she does a smart thing now. It's like, hey, go to the back room, get the security camera footage, and there's no tape in there. I'm trying to understand how that happened. You could argue, well, Jeremy, he's the president. They probably did like a perimeter check and whatnot. For all we know, Hunter and Grip got there before Sharon and Dale. That is possible, but in this scenario, it's only Hunter and Grip. Because remember, this guy is moving around with nobody knowing, so I don't know. I honestly don't know. And then we also get to the point where Dale is just, he's like, I'm not even calling him a coward. I mean, look at what he's been through in this, city, from getting shot, getting threatened multiple times. He's like, hell, there ain't nothing we could do. And he's right. I mean, I understand, Sharon's I am black woman, hear me roar. She's not going to treat me like an animal in a cage. I'm not a whore. I'm not a slave. I'm going to fight back and get my independence. Look, first of all, cool your jets, okay? Okay? you got to look at the scenario. And I understand it. It's like she reminds me of Priscilla in that she can't just sit around doing nothing. Fighting back is what she's used to, or at least working, that kind of thing. And I've said this before in a couple of videos, but I pray to God this is not the only pharmacy in this local area, because these people who need their prescriptions are going to be screwed. What about the likes of Miss Jody, or, the older characters in this city who need their prescriptions, but Kareem's shop hasn't been open due to everything that's going on? But I really do feel like when it comes down to it, I think that Sharon needs to realize there's no one who can help. I mean, she wants to talk to Sam, she wants to talk to Richard, but there's really nothing you can do because the president knows about everything. I mean, he literally asked you point blank, did you talk to Richard? Did you tell him? Did you tell Sam what's going on? Basically showcasing the knowledge that, hey, if you talk to these certain people, I'm going to find out about it, and all you're doing is going to make trouble for them. And trust and believe, I do feel bad for Sharon. I'm glad she wants to fight back, and she's not just easily going to, allow Hunter to do what he wants of her, because look at all the other women that have gotten too close to him and how they ended up. But at the same time, she has to think before she does something, because she does have, quote unquote, a little time, given that, Hunter will still let her think about it, I guess is the best way to put it, and reminds her of how powerless she is in the situation. But going to the police, or, talking to somebody, you saw how Kareem has just disappeared. You keep messing around and you're going to add more casualties to the list, so to speak. It's just like, Barry acting like a rabid dog on a chain trying to get his daughter back, which isn't a bad thing, but he does need to think before he does certain things. Now, in the midst of it, it's like she's trying to go talk to somebody. Dale doesn't want to do it. He wants to go back to the apartment. And again, the pharmacy, these people need their meds. I mean, I know it's only been a couple days, but still, some people could have just ran out. And Dale, try, hey, don't leave me in here alone. So after that, we have Sharon going over to Richard's house, and she wants to speak with him, but Nancy tells her that, hey, he's not here, and he doesn't answer his phone when he's at work. He'll, be gone for a few hours. And then Barry's trying to, dig for information. And in most cases, it seems annoying, but in this episode, he sounded like a true voice of reason. And Nancy agrees, look, there's really nothing you can do right now. And I understand if you want to talk to Richard, you'll have to do that when he gets back. But you ought to just sit here until he gets back instead of, running off to go somewhere, because of the fact that, well, there's nothing that can be done at the moment. So just sit back and relax. So it was good to have Barry not be annoying, but again, be a voice of reason. So going back to the White House, you have Donald, welcoming Alan back to his desk and asking him to call Grip. Alan does so, and apparently Grip says, hey, he'll call Donald right back. So Alan goes to tell Donald about that, and Donald's like, oh, is that what he said? He called me back? Where is he? It sounded like he was driving, sir, and also that he was with the president. Wait, I know you must be kidding me, right? No, I know his voice, sir. And I like the little nod to continuity, because remember, Grip was the one that was sent to Alan's apartment. And then he was the one that beat him up in the car. So he knows Grip's voice pretty well. And then, of course, he knows the president because of the conversations they had. Or should I just say, Hunter trying to just chew him out. Now, Donald and Alan go to the Oval, and Donald calls Grip, who says he's right outside of the door. He comes in, and, Donald is trying to ask him where he was, but Grip says, oh, I was out for a drive, sir, and I was alone. But then, of course, Donald knows that's some bull crap. And then Hunter strolls in. He got the blue shade. He got the shades on, a coat and everything, like he just came from the Super Bowl performance on Sunday. That's what he looked like. That's the kind of stuff I can see him wearing, coming out of the crowd. But in any case, Grip is told to leave, and Donald's like, I'll talk to you about this later. And, Alan's in the background. Hunter doesn't even acknowledge him. And Donald is trying to get information from him, like, where were you, sir? Oh, I was out for a walk. Did you leave the premises of the White House, sir? No, I did not. I can't leave. Remember, I'm the president. So after that, Alan is asked to leave by Donald, and he yet again tries to get information out of Hunter, who reminds him of, hey, you're just being like my wife, trying to get more information. I'm not talking to you about this. And it's funny how, just like my wife, I told you something, and yet you're still standing here, Donald. Well, I just want to make sure everything is being done, by the book around here. But fine, I'll leave. So Donald leaves. And then he and Grip go to his office because Donald is trying to get information out of him. And after, hey, are you my boy, Grip? Yeah, I'm your guy, man. I'm your boy. Well, it doesn't feel like it. Are you sure? And in Grip's situation, I mean, yes, it's like Donald is the boss, but the president is the boss above that. So what kind of jurisdiction do you follow here? And as a result, Donald just makes it clear, look, he's the president. You are not to take him anywhere in this country, in this world, unless you tell me first, okay? And from there, it's funny how Grip didn't even mention the promotion. But from there, we actually have a situation where he's trying to look for Kyle, and there's no sign of him. But if Grip doesn't find Kyle, then he's going to be stationed in Siberia, freezing his balls off. So also something of note, before Hunter and Grip got into the Oval, Victoria was in there looking for him as well, and she basically is going off about how there's a non-English speaking employee of the White House, and Donald reminds her like, no, she has an accent, but at the same time she was raised in North Carolina, and as somebody from VA, yay, neighboring state, NC, North Carolina. And this was literally a Veronica Harrington moment. Underlay, yeah. Okay, I ain't gonna lie, that Speedy Gonzalez thing was pretty funny. And she looks hella good in that blue. I mean, maybe I'm biased because blue is my favorite color, but Victoria looks good. Just her stank attitude, but whatever. So she also has a moment where she's talking with Hunter as well, trying to ask where he was. Of course, he's not saying it, but lover or hater, at least Victoria is actively trying to do something. Hey, second lady's coming. I want to have lunch, trying to dig out some dirt from her. I mean, there's a lot of digging going on in this episode. Yeah, I know the title's called Get a Grip, but I guess it's like Get a Grip on the Shovel so you can dig up information on other people. But in any case, Hunter even says, look, when we did the vetting process, we couldn't find squat on either of them. They're nerds. They're clean. But Victoria's like, no, I'll find something. So from there, she also mocks him for like, you're reading those files like doing presidential stuff. No, you're not. You don't even know how to read, illiterate. And I think Hunter, and look, I'm black. Okay, I'm black. So I'm just going to say this as carefully as I can. What I think is not the fact that Hunter is dumb. It's just the fact that he's gotten by on his good looks and being white for so long that he doesn't have to showcase his intelligence because it's never been an asset that he needed to get to where he is today. I mean, even before he and Victoria winded up together and then her family, elevated him from one political job to another. It's just the fact that, as Victoria told Max, he's like the all-American white boy. So he just showcased himself. And I'm not saying, the Hunter we see is an act. I feel like that's his real persona because it's like it's just like, people who just skate by on their looks, Hey, it doesn't matter how smart I am. It doesn't matter how athletic I am. It doesn't matter this or that. People only see me as one thing, a model, an athlete, a politician. So they really don't get to see the true side of me. So when Hunter says he understands it, I believe him. It's just that he's never had to utilize those skills in order to be the person in a position of power that he's in, whether it be the governor, mayor, senator, or whatever, and now president. So yeah, it's kind of like, when Diane was threatening to tell everything to the press and whatnot, but then, to get him removed from the White House, but then Hunter had a retort, which was correct by the, political standards. So yeah, it's just that he doesn't have to do the work. I mean, hell, it's been a few weeks. He hasn't done anything, so whatever. But we have a brief Kyle and Sam scene. Kyle's taking a piss. Sam's trying to get information. Kyle is calm for once and basically says, you got the wrong guy. I don't know anything. You're going to have to get the president, first lady, or the chief of staff. Well, I can't get any of them down here. Exactly. And Sam just leaves. I mean, that's pretty much. Kyle just made a cameo. Then the next scene is at the hotel, and Eli wants to see Max and Bobby. Lily doesn't want to be alone again. I mean, Lily, just get a grip. Okay, that was not intended, but that's the title of the episode. And I did a quick video, what was it, yesterday, about Lily's hair still being wet, and I just talked about how it's probably because Lily's going to be in this hotel room for a while. There's really no need for her to get her hair done because she's not in a scenario where maybe she could ask like hotel the hey, can we get the staff or whatever, the vice president, whoever, to get certain items to come so I can, fix my hair or do whatever. It's not a priority for Lily to look, at her best. I ain't gonna lie, I love the wet hair look. I think it's sexy, but it's not a priority. And like I said in that other video, I think it's because look at the scenes that Max, Bobby, and Lily have been in for the past handful of episodes. I feel like Tyler Perry probably filmed all that stuff in one day. Well, probably not even a full day, but in a few hours, if that. So there wouldn't be time to fix Lily's hair. It does. Again, it's not a priority. She's just sitting around the hotel for like a couple minutes per episode, and that's it. So that's just my thought process on it. But yeah, I'm with Max here. It's like, look, your vendetta makes no sense at all. Sure, you got tortured, that sucks, but I took bullets to the chest. My partner got killed by Kyle. Let it go. And yeah, it's getting annoying. If you're a Dragon Ball fan, then like in Dragon Ball Z, when Gohan, Krillin, and Bulma go to Namek, and they finally get to the planet, and then Bulma's bitching the entire time about, how come you leaving me here alone? It's like, look, we got to go out there. We got to find the Dragon Balls. We got to get power-ups, or we're all going to get killed. If we just sit around with you, what are we going to accomplish? So, Bobby tells him, well, hey, you know what to do if anybody comes to the door. And Max Max is like, look, Simone, fine as hell. I love the second family storyline, even though I wish it would move just a little bit faster. But Max and Bobby, specifically Max, that's like the main reason I'm watching the show right now. That's the main reason I'm watching the show. Because it's funny how Bobby and Lily have this like love connection going on, yet it's Max and Bobby who bicker like an old married couple. So Max is like, look, we gotta go. The vice president didn't tell us where we have to go. We gotta bounce right now. Wait a minute. Can't believe we're still going through this crap. So Max decides to leave. And Lily's on the whole, how am I supposed to get my life back? Again, kind of like the Sharon thing. I know it sucks, but just... oh yeah, Max reveals that Kyle isn't going to come because he's locked away in a bunker in the White House. And Lily's like, I want him here right now. I don't know how many times people in their little circle have to die or almost die before they realize, or Lily specifically, and Max to an extent, these things need to get done a certain way. They can't be sloppy about it. I feel like I'm the episodes themselves. I just keep saying more of the same. I just feel like, somebody needs to get Lily some help. I mean, I'm not trying to undermine her experience. She's been through a lot, not just the waterboarding torture, but again, her life has been in shambles since season 1. Don't forget, yeah, it's like, you know what? I lost my life, metaphorically, but her life ever since she met Donald, she found out was a lie. Everything was just a setup. She was a trophy wife for the sake of an image. He tried to strangle her. She's been on the run. I mean, she's getting deeper and deeper into this situation with every passing season. But for her to just want to, what, I want to get Kyle and kill him, bring him here now. Do you understand how stupid that sounds? Now, after that, Max is fake throwing up in the hallway because it's like, we're going to get your old life back, Lily. I promise. What's that going to look like? It's going to look. I want to be in it. Oh, really, Max? Really? Come on, finally, let's go. Wow, there's only a few more scenes to talk about. I think like 3 or 4. So we go to the kitchen. It's Richard and Priscilla, and Richard makes clear, yeah. I'm not serving that tea you made. Richard, come on now. I didn't do anything to it. You said you were poisoning her. Well, poison her. I didn't do it, Richard. Well, drink it. No, I hate that crap. So they basically talk about, the Jason situation and what's going on with that. Richard really isn't, like, Priscilla calls him out for being too stoic. I just call, like, what's his name? Is it Lester from the Addams Family? But then again, in the situation they're in, I can understand his persona. She's Sharon, she's Lily. I want to take action. We need to bring these people down. Well, I know what I'm here for. I know what I'm here for too. No, you've lost your way because of the Sam situation. And he's not lying. I mean, everything he's saying is right. So the first lady comes in to see if Richard is the one that's serving lunch. She's being snarky, cordial with Priscilla. And then after that, Sam comes in to let her know the second lady's here. Oh, thank you, Sam. You're looking handsome today. Thank you, ma'am. Oh, you're lucky. You must be very lucky, Priscilla. So then she leaves. Sam is like, oh, God. And then, Richard's like, are you okay? Yes, I'm okay, Richard. And then Sam is like, are you sure? I wasn't talking to your ass. Get the hell out of here, Sam. Then Sam leaves. And then she starts breaking down. I can't believe I had to deal with it. Nancy and Richard told your ass to take some time off. You said, no, I can't sit around, Nancy. I can't be like you and do nothing all day. And look, if I want to start living on my own and doing things, by myself, I have to save money. I think a couple days off is more than, not more than enough, but is just enough for you to get your footing, because you keep going to a triggering environment. I understand people who have to go to jobs they hate. Maybe it's not even the job, but it's the people there. But you got responsibilities and obligations. It's annoying to see these characters letting their emotions cloud their judgment. It's just so... Priscilla deserves more than that in regards to being a character. I just hate this bit. Look, it's fun to have that one coworker, who can crack jokes and you talk shit about your job. But when every day is just the same thing, it gets old quick. But with Priscilla, it's like you're doing this to yourself. Okay, so the first and second lady have a standoff. Turns out, Simone talking about recording the entire conversation because, they're kind of like, it's like they're fencing. Sometimes I look at these characters as, they're having a sword fight about, like, who can get the upper hand. Simone asking about Jason, about being a setup, him being the scapegoat. Victoria trying to get any kind of hint or clue that Simone and Eli aren't as clean cut as they seem. And then when she brings up the fact I've been recording this entire conversation after Victoria threatens her and her family, she says, oh, nice one. But no, we have so many scanners and all that we would detect any sort of recording device before you even got to this point in the White House. So she just makes it clear like, oh, yeah, well, that's OK. It's good to know, because once we get you out of office, I'm going to have to learn everything there is to know about this White House. And I'm going to be a better first lady than you ever were. Then it's funny how Richard comes up at just the right times in, scenarios like these. You know what, you nasty bitch. And then Richard comes in. Oh, tea time. Oh, what? I ain't gonna lie. I think Simone is kind of sexy when she's all, I don't know, determined. So from there, it's funny how Simone has a moment with Richard, because she just keeps going on. She keeps jabbing at Victoria. And Victoria's like, ho ho. And then she turns around and goes, what's your name again? Richard, ma'am. Oh, yeah, well, that's great. Well, I'm going to have a good time getting to know all the staff when I move in. And hopefully they're as pleasant as you are, because I know you've been to hell and back with this bitch. And then she leaves. The way she looked at Richard, I swear, she looked at me that way, I would have threw that tray to the ground like, yeah, let's go to the kitchen. But no, I'm just kidding, because like the vice president's cool in my book. But from there, he goes, yes, ma'am. Victoria's like, So, the last couple scenes here, you got Grip coming into the security room. Alonzo's there. They have a brief chat about the situation involving Jason and the fact that Grip wasn't reprimanded or anything, even though he was the one watching Jason when he jumped off the roof, because he said they understood. Wow, okay. So then they move on to the Kyle situation. Yeah, he made it through a couple checkpoints. What was it like yesterday? But we didn't see him get to the third. Sam rolls in and asks Grip what he's doing there, and saying that he's on assignment from the chief of staff. And I guess that because of the Jason situation, Grip is told to go home. But no, I think it's right before he says, oh yeah, I'm looking at security footage from yesterday. And and Sam's like, no, you get out here right now. And I'm thinking, wait a minute. When Max and Bobby beat the hell out of Kyle and put him in the back of the car and everything, they told Sam, you can just delete the footage, right? And then Sam just rolls his eyes and goes inside. I thought he deleted that footage right then and there. Or is it about footage regarding Kyle being brought? Oh, yeah, that's right. Because Kyle was quote unquote detained after he got out of the truck and then brought downstairs to the bunker. Yeah, I remember that, because Grip saw some of what was happening. He knew about Kyle in the back seat. And after that, Sam goes straight down to Donald to let him know about the situation, about how he's taking Grip home. Donald lays into him pretty much in the same way he did to Grip about, look, do you enjoy your job? I need to make sure things run smooth around here. F your protocol. But it's like, what the hell is a protocol for if you're not even going to follow it? So then Sam just leaves and like, okay, sir. And then the last scene is Alan getting his gun. He goes into the Oval. Hunter turns around and Alan is looking like, I'm about to shoot this in the face. So that's the episode in a nutshell. Honestly, I think I had more fun reviewing it than watching it. Again, it wasn't terrible, people, but there's only 5 episodes left, a few episodes left, and then season 3 is over. Maybe it's because we're getting closer to the end of the season. Maybe the next episode or so will pick things up. But yeah, things just need to move a little bit faster for my taste. So what did you think of this week's episode of The Oval? Make sure you let me know in the comment section below. Hit the thumbs up button to show you like the video. Follow me on social media. Links are in the description below. Hit subscribe and hit the bell icon and select all. That way you do not miss out whenever I post content on the channel. And if you would like to donate, feel free to do so on PayPal or Cash App.